Hey, what's up guys? This is Malcolm and you're on Malcolm Talks again. Thanks for visiting the channel. I was thinking the other day about life and just meditating and thinking about things. And you know what I realized? Life is just like a video game. And one game in particular. Have you guys ever played SurvivorCraft? It's a game, I know you've heard of Minecraft. SurvivorCraft is kind of like Minecraft, except you're in this outdoor environment where you're basically in the woods and you have to survive. And it's sort of like an open world type of game. I don't think it's multiplayer, but very deep game. And life is just like that game. Life is really one of the biggest open world games that you can ever play. But unlike a video game, the stakes in life are very high. But it's just the same. It's the same exact thing. Have you guys ever played SurvivorCraft? You need to check out SurvivorCraft. Great game. You can play it on your phone. You can play it on your PC. It's just a game, but the fact is it's a game, if you're not familiar with it, it's a game where you are in the wilderness, basically. You get dropped off in the middle of the wilderness and you have to find shelter. You have to find food. You have to create a life for yourself out of nothing. You have to chop down trees and you have to do all kinds of things in order to survive in the wilderness. And life is just like that. A lot of life is really based on obstacles that you have to overcome, challenges that you're going to come up against. Things are going to happen in life that you didn't expect, good and bad. A lot of it might be bad, but it's how you react to it, how you're able to move up in levels, because there's different levels of life. Level 1 has to be food and shelter. That's your first responsibility as an adult on this earth. You have to figure out, how am I going to get food and how am I going to get shelter? Because you don't want to die. You want to stay alive as long as possible, right? That's just like SurvivorCraft. It's just like the game. When you go out in SurvivorCraft, you have to look around and figure out, where are the trees that I can cut down? Where are the animals that I can kill and eat? It's the same thing with life. How am I going to make income? How am I going to put a roof over my head? How am I going to eat? These are some of the very basic things that you need to figure out how to do once you become an adult. Now, as a child, your parents are going to take care of you. But once you get out here in this real world, you have to figure out how you're going to do that. That's level 1. Level 2, just like SurvivorCraft, you have to figure out what's safe. What area is safe? Okay? I got my wood. I've figured out how to chop down trees. I have that. I've killed a couple of chickens that were running around. So now I have meat. Now I've got food and I got shelter. I've taken care of level 1. Now what area am I in? What is the larger area? Are there lions and tigers and bears outside my front door? That's not safe. Because sometimes I'm going to have to go back out and get more food. Go back out and be able to build more things. So in life, it's the same exact thing. Level 2 is you have to be in an environment that's safe. A lot of people don't have this luxury. Some people live in really bad situations all over the world where it's just not safe. You can't even go outside and be safe. It's gang activity. You got people getting jumped, robbed, beat. You got stuff blowing up. You have war taking place all over the world. A lot of people, man, do not have the same opportunities as you do, as I do. They did not grow up in an environment that was conducive for them to really thrive the way they should. So that's level 2. You want to be in a safe environment. Very, very important, and it's actually one of the main things you want to do on SurvivorCraft. And for those of you who play this game, and I know, and if you played this game before, I know I'm talking to you. Hopefully you're somebody who can understand this message. In SurvivorCraft, when you build a shelter, you have your food, and you go to sleep, and you wake up the next morning, you look outside that front door, and it's like, damn, I got 3 lions outside waiting on me. And they're not going away. So it's like, dang. So you have to really decide where you're going to put your house, where you're going to set up camp. It's the same way in life. In life, you want to be in a situation where you feel secure, where you feel safe, where you feel like you can thrive in that environment. You don't want to walk outside and there's lions and tigers and bears outside of your front door every day. That creates a sense of stress. How are you going to thrive in that type of environment? So that's step 2. You want to be able to provide an environment that's safe and stable. And number 3, level 3 in the game of life, because remember, this is a video game. I've been trying to tell you guys this. Level 3 is you want to build relationships. You want to have friends, family that care about you, that you care about. It's just like a video game. You know, when you're in a video game and it's one of the big open world scenarios like a Minecraft, SurvivorCraft. There's a lot of different games like that, and I'm sure I'm leaving quite a few of them out, but I'm just focusing on SurvivorCraft right now. You know, even though it's kind of deep because certain games don't have multiplayer or whatever, but the game of life is definitely a multiplayer game. You want to surround yourself with friends and family who care about you, people that care about your own well-being. Unfortunately, this can be a little more difficult than it seems because by and large, most people suck. You know, it's hard to find good people. You know, you're stuck with your family pretty much, you know, and family actually is probably the best people to hang around most times because those are the ones that really care about you, that really love you, that you really love unconditionally. But I'm gonna tell you what though, friends, very important to hang around positive people, to put yourself in an environment where everyone can thrive. That's level 3. You got to have that. Level 4, you got to get good at something. You have to become an expert at something. It's just like a game, a video game. Before you can go to the next level, sometimes you have to figure out, well, how do I do this particular maneuver? How do I do this? You know, how do I, in SurvivorCraft, how do I plant things? How do I put horses inside of a pen or a fence or something so that I can use that horse and ride out to further pastures so I can get more food and more wood and things like that. Like, these are things you have to think about. You have to get good at something. You have to have a skill. You have to master something in the game of life if you want to reach these higher levels of life. It's the exact same thing with a video game. This stuff is very important. It's very deep, folks. I want you to listen to it because it will help you. And then level 5. Level 5 is you want to create a legacy. You want to try to create a legacy for yourself. You want to have your name on the board that when you played this game, you had the highest score. That's what you want to do. It's just like a video game. And in life, you know, you want to try to build a monument, basically. You know, some people want to do it with money. Some people want to have a big stack of money next to them, next to their casket when they die. Like, hey, look what I was able to accomplish. Look what I was able to build. Some people, they want their friends to be able to say, you know, that was a great guy. We really loved him or her. You know, whatever your monument is that you want to build, whatever your legacy is, leave that legacy. That's something you have a duty to leave a legacy. You know, it's just like a video game, like I said. You want to be the high scorer. You want to try to beat the highest score. This thing is constant. This isn't something that you just sit around and wait. Because if you wait, you're going to get killed. It's just like a video game. So, hey, look, to wrap up, guys, we all start at different points in life. Some people have natural advantages. Some people have natural disadvantages. Some people come from wealthy families. Some people come from very, very poor families. Either way it goes, it's still a game. You got to realize that you are an actor in a game. The faster you understand that and get all of these other thoughts out of your mind about you don't have any control over different things that happen. No, what you need to do is understand where you are in life and how you can get to the next level. Some of you guys may be on level 1. Well, you're probably not on level 1 because if you were, you wouldn't even be watching this video because you probably wouldn't have internet connection. You probably don't have a laptop or phone. Because remember, level 1 is you don't even have food or shelter. So realize what level you're at and then try to beat that next level. Just take your time and try to beat the next level. Learn a new skill. These are things that you have to do in this game of life. Many of us don't have the tools that we need. Well, not the tools. Many of us don't know where we are. we need to have a more of a drone type of perspective. So step outside of yourself, raise up above yourself, and try to get more of a global view of where you are right now. It's very, very difficult to do. To look at yourself from the sight of an observer, somebody looking at you, or think about it like a drone. When a drone goes up and can see more of everything, when you can see more of your life, when you can see, here are the certain areas that I got to work on. Here's where I am right now. Oh, wait a minute. I do have control. Life is like a video game. It's like SurvivorCraft in particular. Leave some notes in the comments. Let me know what you think, because, you know, there's a lot of other games out there, but it's only one life. Guys, I want you to take care of yourselves. I appreciate you watching the channel. This is Malcolm Talks. We'll see you next time.